There was a season in my early 40s when I realized something strange. Almost everyone around me was carrying bottles. Not just 1 or 2 bottles tucked in the kitchen cabinet. Entire shelves of pills, powders, capsules, and tonics. Multivitamins for the morning. Joint pills after breakfast. Something for the liver after lunch. Collagen before bed. And painkillers everywhere in between. It was subtle at first. A friend casually pulling out a blister pack of tablets during lunch. A colleague refilling his giant tub of anti-aging supplements at the office. My sister-in-law showing me a bag of imported vitamins she ordered online because they were on sale, and you never know when you'll need them. At first I laughed, thinking it was just a phase. But then, slowly, I caught myself doing the same. A box of fish oil here. Some magnesium there. A handful of painkillers, just in case. And it hit me, after 40, we were all quietly building our own little pharmacies. Why do people in their 40s fall into this trap? There is something about turning 40 that changes the way we see health. When you're in your 20s, you feel invincible. In your 30s, you start to notice a little fatigue, maybe some back pain, but you can still push through. But at 40, the body begins to whisper in a different tone. Joints crack in the morning. Recovery after exercise takes longer. Sleep is harder to come by. Headaches linger. And in the background, the voices of society grow louder, ads promising youth in a capsule. Friends swearing by the supplement that changed their life. Doctors and influencers telling us we need extra support now that we're older. It's easy to see how we get trapped. The fear of decline. One of the biggest reasons people over 40 start collecting pills is fear. Fear of losing vitality. Fear of diseases creeping in. Fear of aging before we are ready. We look in the mirror and see the first real wrinkles, or step on the scale and realize weight doesn't drop like it used to. And somewhere deep down, the fear whispers, you're running out of time. So we reach for bottles. Because bottles promise control. The promise of supplements. The supplement industry thrives on this fear. It tells us, you're missing nutrients your diet can't provide. This powder will protect your joints. This capsule will keep your skin young. This tonic will boost your brain. The message is simple but powerful. Without us, you are incomplete. And we believe it. Not because we're foolish, but because we are human, and we desperately want hope. The numbness of painkillers. At the same time, life after 40 comes with a new kind of pain. Back pain from sitting too long. Headaches from stress. Knee pain from years of wear and tear. The kind of pain that isn't life-threatening, but annoying enough to steal joy from daily life. Instead of asking, why does my back hurt every day? We swallow a pill to make it stop. Instead of asking, why am I so exhausted? We take caffeine pills, or energy boosters, or herbal stimulants. And so painkillers, too, become part of our daily routine. The psychology behind the bottles. Why do these small pills feel so powerful? Because they give us a sense of immediate action. Swallowing something feels like solving a problem, even if the problem hasn't really been solved. It's easier to believe a capsule can fix your joints than to commit to daily stretching. It's easier to pop a painkiller than to explore why your lifestyle causes chronic headaches. It's easier to drink a detox shake than to change what you eat every day. Supplements and pills act like shortcuts. And at 40, when time feels more precious than ever, shortcuts are seductive. The silent normalization. Another reason we overuse pills after 40 is that everyone else seems to be doing it. It becomes normal. At a dinner party, you see friends casually comparing supplement brands. In group chats, people recommend the must-have vitamins of the year. At the office, colleagues share discount links for imported pills. Soon, not taking anything feels strange. You start to worry, am I the only one not protecting my health? This is social proof in action. We copy what others do, not because it works, but because it feels safe to belong. But does it actually work? Here's the hard truth: most supplements don't deliver what they promise. Scientific studies show that unless you have a diagnosed deficiency, extra vitamins often pass straight through the body. Fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, K can accumulate and damage the liver. High doses of certain minerals can harm the kidneys. Unregulated herbal supplements can interact dangerously with prescribed medication. And painkillers? They don't heal. They silence. When you take them occasionally, they help. When you take them daily, they hide problems until it's too late. A friend's story: a friend of mine, age 45, took painkillers every morning for back pain. He said it helped him focus at work. He never considered seeing a physiotherapist or changing his chair. He said, "Why bother? Pills are cheap and easy." For years, he masked the pain. Until one day, his kidneys began to fail. The pills that once seemed harmless had silently poisoned his organs. And the back pain? It was never solved. Why this matters: at 40, we stand at a crossroads. One path is easy: keep collecting bottles, keep silencing pain, keep chasing the illusion of health in capsules. The other path is harder: listen to our bodies, change our habits, face uncomfortable truths. But only one path leads to real health. And the longer we stay on the first path, the harder it becomes to turn back. The danger of supplements and painkillers isn't always immediate. In fact, that's what makes them so seductive: they seem harmless. A small capsule, a soft gel, a brightly colored powder. How could something so tiny cause damage? But health doesn't break overnight. It erodes quietly while we are busy living. And the daily choices we make, especially the ones that feel insignificant, can be the very choices that shape our lives in the decades to come. The strain on the liver is the body's chemical processing plant. Everything we swallow, from food to medicine to alcohol, passes through it. Supplements and painkillers add to this load. Acetaminophen, paracetamol, one of the most common painkillers, is also one of the leading causes of liver failure when taken in excess. Fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K can build up in the liver and become toxic. Herbal supplements are often unregulated, containing hidden chemicals that stress the liver. At 40, the liver is already dealing with years of accumulated strain from diet, alcohol, and environment. Adding unnecessary pills is like overloading an old machine that's already running hot. The burden on the kidneys filter waste from the blood. Every pill swallowed becomes more work for them. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, like ibuprofen, are notorious for damaging kidney function when overused. Supplements with high doses of minerals, especially calcium and magnesium, can also overload the kidneys, leading to stones and chronic issues. Kidney disease develops silently. By the time symptoms appear, fatigue, swelling, shortness of breath, the damage is often irreversible. The heart under pressure. Some supplements are marketed as energy boosters. They often contain stimulants that raise blood pressure and strain the heart. Painkillers, too, can increase cardiovascular risks. Regular use of NSAIDs has been linked to heart attacks and strokes. At 40, when heart health naturally becomes more fragile, the risks multiply. The brain and emotional toll. Painkillers, particularly stronger opioids, don't just numb pain, they alter the brain's chemistry. They can create dependence, where the brain begins to expect them. Even mild overuse of everyday pills can train the brain to seek chemical comfort instead of facing discomfort. Over time, this weakens resilience. Instead of learning to manage stress, fatigue, or mild pain through lifestyle, the brain leans on pills as the default answer. This creates not just physical harm, but emotional fragility. The illusion of wellness. Perhaps the most damaging effect of all is psychological. Supplements and painkillers create an illusion that we are taking control, that we are healthier than we are. A man who swallows joint pills daily may convince himself he's doing enough, even while ignoring exercise. A woman who takes collagen powders may feel secure about her skin while still lacking sleep and hydration. A worker who pops painkillers to get through long days may feel strong, while his body quietly collapses. This illusion robs us of urgency. It delays real action. And sometimes, it delays until it's too late. Part 3: The financial trap. The cost of pills isn't just in health. It's also in money. The billion-dollar industry, the global supplement industry, is worth over $150 billion, and growing. It thrives on marketing, not always on science. Labels are filled with vague promises: boosts immunity, supports energy, promotes wellness. But what do those words really mean? Often, very little. Unlike prescription drugs, supplements are often not strictly regulated. They don't have to prove effectiveness before being sold. And yet, people spend thousands of dollars each year stocking their shelves. The hidden cost of painkillers. Painkillers may seem cheap, but the long-term costs are devastating. Kidney dialysis, liver transplants, hospital stays from bleeding stomach ulcers caused by NSAIDs. The money saved by skipping a doctor's visit is often spent 100 times over when complications arise. The comparison that hurts. Think about this: a year's supply of supplements can easily cost the same as a gym membership. A month's worth of painkillers might equal a consultation with a physiotherapist. The price of a trendy collagen powder could buy weeks of fresh produce. But one feels easy and immediate, the other requires effort. And so, the pill wins, at least in the short term. Part 4: Stories that reveal the truth. Sometimes statistics are not enough. Stories reveal the truth. The executive with energy drinks and pills. A man in his mid-40s, a successful executive, lived on energy drinks and supplements. He claimed they gave him an edge. He laughed at colleagues who exercised, saying he didn't have the time. By 50, he collapsed at work from a heart attack. The stimulants he relied on had silently strained his heart for years. The mother with endless vitamins. A woman in her early 40s filled her kitchen with vitamins for herself, her husband, and her kids. Every morning, she handed out handfuls like candy. She believed she was protecting her family. But when her daughter developed stomach pain, doctors discovered toxic levels of vitamin A. The child had been overdosed, ironically, in the name of health. The friend who hid his pain. Another friend, as I mentioned earlier, masked his back pain with daily painkillers. When he finally went to the doctor, it wasn't the back pain that was the problem. It was kidney failure from years of overuse. These are not rare stories. They are everywhere. And they are warnings. Part 5: Alternatives that work. So if pills are not the answer, what is? Food as medicine. A plate of salmon, spinach, and berries provides more usable nutrients than most capsules. Whole foods deliver vitamins in the right balance, with fiber and compounds that pills can't replicate. Movement over medicine. Exercise lubricates joints, strengthens muscles, and relieves pain more effectively than supplements. Even simple walking reduces inflammation better than glucosamine tablets ever could. Rest as recovery. Sleep restores the brain and body in ways no capsule can. Melatonin pills may help short-term, but consistent sleep hygiene heals long-term. Stress management. Meditation, breathing, therapy, conversation, these relieve tension, headaches, and stress better than popping daily pills. Part 6: How to break free. If you are over 40 and realize you rely too much on pills, here are steps to take. Audit your cabinet. Lay out every bottle. Ask, do I really need this? Was it prescribed for a diagnosed condition? Talk to a doctor. Get real blood tests instead of guessing deficiencies. Set limits. Use painkillers only for acute pain, not chronic daily discomfort. Invest elsewhere. Redirect money spent on supplements into real health investments, better food, gym, therapy, medical checkups. Listen, don't silence. When your body hurts, don't mask it. Investigate it. Part 7: The deeper meaning. Overusing pills isn't just about health. It's about how we deal with aging, fear, and control. At 40, we start to face our mortality. The body reminds us we are not invincible. Pills become a way to deny this truth. They promise we can outsmart time. But real strength doesn't come from denial. It comes from acceptance, from facing discomfort honestly, and from choosing actions that build real resilience. Closing reflection. When I finally put away the pill box I carried for years, I felt strangely naked. What if I got a headache and had nothing on me? What if I felt tired and didn't have a capsule to boost me? But over time, I realized something powerful: I was okay. My body was capable. I didn't need to medicate every discomfort. And slowly, I began to trust myself again. Supplements and painkillers have their place. They are tools. But when tools become crutches, they rob us of life. So if you are over 40, I ask you, do you want to live in a pharmacy of your own making? Or do you want to live in a body that breathes, moves, and thrives on its own strength? The choice is yours. And the time to choose is now.